Hello students, so I am Ms. Garcia, the counseling intern at El Cajon Valley High School, and today our presentation is titled, What Are You Doing Right? As we're all going through the COVID-19 pandemic, it's important to focus on what exactly are you doing right in your life right now. Before we go ahead with the presentation, it's also important to recognize we're all experiencing the world in very different ways, and so it's important to honor that we're all going through this experience very differently, so keep that in mind as we go ahead with the presentation. So it's no surprise that things have changed. Many of us are online learning, blended learning, we're becoming used to social distancing with our friends and loved ones, using a lot of online programs, Google Classroom, Zoom, Schoology, for example. And so it's good to think about what are some of the things that have changed in your life recently. With all the changes in mind, it's also a good idea to think about what are you doing right. It's not all about, what may not be going right for you right now, but what is actually working. For example, if you're helping out more at home, if you're reaching out to teachers or doing all of your homework on time, if you figured out how to use Google Classroom, or if you're able to help your other peers, what is working for you right now? Focusing on those strengths can actually be very beneficial. If you find that in one class, the way you're taking notes is very useful, you can then use that to succeed in another class. It's all about trial and error, finding what works for you, and then seeing if you can apply that to other parts of your life, whether personal or academic. As we go ahead with the presentation, this is a question I want you all to keep in mind. What do you want to work on? What do you want to improve? As we go through this pandemic and once it is over, what are some things you want to work on or better about yourself right now? It could be academic, personal, anything at all. As you think about potential goals, remember it is okay to be a work in progress. We're still all figuring things out, and it's more about thinking about these goals and seeing how we're going to get there with time. Now, with success, no matter what our goals may be, it's important to realize that it is not a linear process. We all have our low points, our high points. What works for others may not work for us. And so it's all about figuring out what are our strengths, what are our weaknesses, and how we can use that to our advantage. As we near the end of our presentation, I want you all to start thinking about a goal you want to focus on, and then you'll be sharing after this video is over. So now we'll be thinking about a couple of reflection questions. What is one of your strengths or something you believe you are doing well during this time? And second, after COVID-19, where do you see yourself? How do you see yourself bettering, improving? What goals will you have achieved by then? Lastly, keep in mind, you must make realistic goals and think about how you're going to be held accountable. Use what is already working for you. So remember, identify those strengths. Ask a lot of questions. Reach out to your teachers, peers, counselors. We're all here to support you. And lastly, it's going to take a while to figure it out, so take your time and don't stress too much. As we begin reflecting with one another, remember our norms and expectations. Participate and speak your truth. Listen with an open mind and without judgment. Respect each other's experiences, fears, and perspectives. And remember, other people's stories are not yours to share. We hope you found this video useful. Please go ahead and share it with friends, family members, and remember, we're all in this together. We will all figure it out. Please reach out to counselors, teachers, friends. We are all here to support you. Thank you so much.